Hello, my beautiful, beloved Pisces. I heard now is the time to put things in order, and I kind of feel like some of you are. You're getting some more order to your thoughts, to your emotions, to your space. Check out the clearing that's happening. I think this is a really positive time for you. I pulled out a oracle card to start your message. And I read the message from the book, and I was just going to talk about what it means, but I really feel guided to actually read from the book. And I don't usually do that, but for some reason I'm getting pulled to do that. So I'm going to show you the card, and then we're going to get into your general tarot message. I'm not sure if it's going to be something that adds layer and depth to what I'm about to read, or if this is just a side note. So anyways, here's what Spirit wants to say to you. My readings are not time specific, so you could have this resonate at any time. You could come back, I heard 6 months from now, you could come back and watch this again and it might resonate more, or you might find another layer of meaning. Repairing the veil, forgiveness. Number 45, which equals to the magic number of 9. Okay. I heard Tesla, and I know Tesla was the inventor, Nikola Tesla. He was very concerned and infatuated and obsessed with the number 9. Mathematically, 9 is a very curious number because, well, it's a disappearing number. I'll leave it at that, and if you want to follow up on that, you can go ahead and do that on your own time. But 9 is a disappearing number. So that might mean something to you. 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 months, 9 years, okay? Repairing the veil. I'll show you the card as I read. Forgiveness, making amends, recognition of our unity. Between us all is a thin veil, appearing to be a space that separates us. We look through this veil and believe ourselves to be distinct from each other. We assume that our thoughts and feelings are our own. We see bodies and objects and the spaces between them. So we engage the world in a relationship of duality, of us versus them. This veil serves as a mysterious illusion, making it so hard to believe in our inherent connection and unity. We can't always remember that what we do to someone else, we at the same time do to ourselves. When we claw at the veil out of fear, anger, jealousy, or resentment, manipulate another, misuse our power, or allow someone's actions to diminish us, we create a wound felt by many, not just those of us in the smaller, direct relationship. Now is the time to examine where your actions have caused difficulty or harm to someone else, and also where you have been harmed. Regardless of what side you are on, it's important to take responsibility for healing this rift by bringing love, compassion, and deep listening. Bring presence to whatever is not in harmony. Do this for you and for your own liberty as you become an unwitting hostage once you take the role of perpetrator or victim, both positions of weakness. Let go of all of your resentments. Know your part in the dynamic and make the appropriate amends with that newfound wisdom and understanding. Healing, forgiveness, and mending what is broken in your world is a sweet, much-needed declaration of freedom. Pisces. It seems pretty deep. I feel like many of you have come to this place of forgiveness, okay, or you're arriving at it because you've graduated in a sense. I feel as though many of you have entered a new paradigm in your life in one way or another. And you're ready to forgive. Now, this could be just forgiving yourself, you know? It could be forgiving someone else. It could be lots of things here. It could be both. But what's important about this message is that when we hold on to sadness, anger, and resentment, it's not to say that those feelings aren't warranted and shouldn't be felt. Of course, they need to be felt. But when we hold on to it past the time that it's due to let go, they do start to poison us, you know? They do keep us trapped in a prison. Freeing yourself from that, forgiving, is so liberating. And this message is just for some, okay? But This is sometimes why, toxic or narcissistic type of people would like to keep you upset and angry. Okay, like to continue to push your buttons because they don't want you to forgive them. No, they don't. They want to keep you in a place where your emotions are charged and feeding theirs. Okay, so when you release that and you forgive, even when they're trying to push your buttons and you see it for what it is, you reclaim your own power. Now, of course, forgiveness should never be about not giving them what they want. I'm not playing your game. It's not really about that. I heard it's a total release. Now, for some of you, it has nothing to do with a toxic relationship or anything of that nature. For some of you, it's just about forgiving yourself, being kinder to yourself, holding space for yourself, and really wrapping yourself in your own energy, giving yourself an energetic hug, your higher self giving you an energetic hug. All right, I know. I heard zippity doo dah, zippity day. I don't know. Okay, so let's get into your reading. I know that's a lot, and I like it, Pisces. Now, I had a really hard time picking a deck, which is interesting to me. So we're going to do a Celtic cross here. And then there is going to be an extended, and that link will be below in the description box. So that's where you can find it. What else did I want to say? Well, if you're not a Pisces sun sign, this message could still resonate. And there's something here about order. I said that already, like order and structure. And I feel like repairing the veil, it's like repairing that repair that needs to happen is like creating a structure for you. And I feel like that is very needed at this time. It's like a containing your own energy, having a certain space. It could be in your heart, it could be in your mind, it could be like in your house, but having a certain space where you contain energy that needs to grow. It seems almost kind of like alchemical in a sense. Okay, let's get into your reading before I start getting all esoteric here. Okay. I want to use a bunch of decks. I feel like this reading is going to have multi-layers. But let's just get one card from this oracle deck of your current energy. Tell me. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. I love you, Pisces. Mushroom. I was just looking at this card before we began. I was looking actually at the meaning here. I was just flipping through the book. I didn't see the card. I was just looking at the meaning. And it said growth in darkness. Mushrooms are obviously can be magical, super magical. They're resilient. They also have like this rhizomatic network underground, so they communicate with other elements in the forest. They let them know what's going on. They pass nutritional information along to each other. I heard spores. Yeah, okay, so they have spores. But with the mushroom, there's two things going on. Growth and darkness. So you're growing despite any kind of dark period you've been through. I also feel like your shadow is growing at this time. In a good way. In a good way. It's not growing like an evil monster. It's actually growing into the light. And your light is growing into your shadow. It's integrating, basically. But also there's this communication piece, an underground network communication. So you're building underground networks. I heard sky networks. Okay, but I feel like this is spiritual, most definitely happening on the 5D. And I do feel like that you are in a trio of sorts. This could, of course, be you, the earth, and spirit, or it could be you with two other people. Take it as it resonates, but it seems to be very significant. This is your current energy. I love it. You're growing in the dark, or your darkness is growing into the light. Whatever the case, I really like it. What deck do I want to use? I feel like this one might be a little bit dark. Give me one sec. I heard lay the foundation. This one really wants to come out. I don't know. Some of the images can be dark though, and I'm feeling so positive, but sometimes we have to just trust, right? Okay, so let's see the mushrooms. What's crossing Pisces at this time? Should we pull out all the cards? I'm not getting a clear answer on that. Oh, I heard no. Okay, so let's keep going. What's crossing you? 7 of Wands in reverse. Is it okay for you to put down your guard? Is it okay to show people who you really are? Is it okay to step into your power? Is it okay to tell people what you actually know about things? Well, yes, it is. I heard soapbox. You have a soapbox right now. And sometimes soapbox has a negative connotation, right? But there are people who are willing to listen to you at this time, who need to listen to you. You're revealing something here about the character of people. And I don't see you having to really defend your views or opinions or your knowledge. I'm actually seeing it as people holding up like a microphone to you, like, yes, Pisces, what else? Tell me more. What else do you have to say? You have some kind of like wisdom here that's in the dark, some occulted knowledge maybe, or just intuition about things. Well, obviously you're Pisces, but yeah, 12th house, of course. But people are wanting to hear and know from you at this time. Some of you are a little bit in that space of containment, like how much do I reveal about the world and about the laws of the universe, or about how I feel to this person. You know, we could be talking on a macro kind of level here about you and your soul and your connection to the world and universe, or we could be talking interpersonally, and oftentimes those two are intermingled. So if you want to think about a particular relationship that's important to you, please translate this message into that. It's a very nice energy I'm feeling from you, Pisces. You're a leader right now. You're very calm, structured. I don't feel like you necessarily have a plan, totally, but you have a direction. Okay, let's see what went on in the past here for Pisces. 6 of Pentacles. Is this you here? Yeah, I do feel like this is you here, also trying to give something to someone, but I feel like you couldn't really give all of yourself, okay? You couldn't really, it's almost like people couldn't handle it, or somebody couldn't handle what you had to offer. I'm having this feeling like you didn't show all your cards. You kind of held something back because there were people around you who it almost feels like they weren't worthy. I think you wanted them to be, though. You were waiting for somebody to get to the same energetic space you're in, or you were in, and I don't think it happened here. And that might be why you feel as though you're not sure if other people are ready to hear you, what you have to say, because in the past people weren't really ready to receive what you had to give. Forgiveness. Yeah, I feel like also with this forgiveness card here, we're talking about who do you want to give to? For what? Like forgiveness. For what are you giving someone something for? What? For what reason are you giving someone something for? Maybe that's a point where you're having a struggle. Like, do I communicate? Do I do this thing? Because I'm not sure if it will have a payoff. I heard, but it will to you. It will to you. You know the right way to go. I'm feeling very drawn to this tiger eye here. Tiger's eye. So this might be something you want to look at, the meaning of the tiger's eye stone here. But you know what to do. Interesting. Okay, let's keep going. What did you learn from the past? 7 of Cups. Things aren't always what they seem. No, they're not. But neither are you. I think you've surprised yourself. You weren't what you seemed either. And I don't mean that in a negative way, the world. I mean that you're expansive, right? Maybe you didn't give yourself enough credit at some point here, and you're realizing how that kind of built up this path in your life where you didn't really surround yourself with the energies that were most attuned to you. I'm seeing these cups here like a spine, kind of like this spine here, or this picture here of this stick, whatever this is. Looks like a spine to me. Maybe some of you realize that there were people around you who were kind of spineless, okay? They didn't show courage in the face of resistance. They didn't show courage to show up. They let things hold them back. And I think you let yourself hold yourself back. I don't know if you're noticing this, but as I'm speaking, there seems to be like a doubling of words almost. It's like someone gave you a limited vocabulary. And of course, language and words help structure our thoughts, right? So the more vocabulary we have, the more nuanced our thoughts can be. That's the power of language, really. And I feel like somebody really closed in your vocabulary, or just kept using the same terms or language over and over again, or maybe it was the same syntax, or the way they spoke or how they communicated was like really didactic and really just contained and confined, and it didn't allow for your personal expression to come out. And this could be we could be talking about, the way you grew up didn't allow for expansive thinking and experiences, or it could be in a connection here that was just a little stifling, or a lot stifling for some of you. See, look, she's like holding her mind. She's like, I'm expanding now outwards because I have a bigger vocabulary. I have more experience. I've learned new concepts. I've learned a new language, perhaps. Or that could be a metaphor too, like a new love language. I've learned more about myself. I'm interested in gaining more knowledge. I'm surprised the Hierophant isn't out. Well, we only have 3 cards. It might still come out. But that's what I'm seeing you move towards, actually, this Hierophant energy, which is, of course, very structured. This is beautiful, Pisces. It feels a little bit, I heard nebulous, like a little bit big, but it is beautiful. The moon in your reverse for your strength. Amazing. No longer are you lost in the dark. You're growing in the dark. Mysteries, illusions, that dark love that enchants us all from time to time. You're realizing the truth of that. Look at this. You can see her spine here. And she's kind of holding the face of a skeleton. It's like you're realizing that you have integrity, that you have spine, that you have a backbone. And that somebody or some situation you were in really didn't have that. They weren't on equal footing. They didn't have the same structure and support within themselves. Like they couldn't support themselves emotionally, spiritually, the way that you could. I did hear, I don't really even want to say that word because it's just not feeling nice in this context, but it's like someone sucking your energy here. And so in reverse, the moon in reverse is your strength. You know what's in the darkness now. You know what's in your own shadow. You know what's in the darkness of somebody else. which is why you can grow. And forgive too, because you realize that well, harboring and holding on to any kind of anger or resentment is not allowing that person or those people to grow themselves. It's like you're holding their energy. I don't know how to explain that. It's like almost taking responsibility even though you're angry at them. That energy doesn't belong to you. You know that. You know that. The Ace of Wands, and this card really wants to come out, and this one more. Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the Lovers. Okay, so the Ace of Cups and the Lovers are in reverse for the near future here. And I'm seeing the Ace of Wands in the upright. So I do feel like you're turning something down. Okay, I do feel like you're making a decision here. I feel like it's a hard decision, but it's a well thought out decision. I heard to not chase butterflies and rainbows. No, you're not chasing anything. You're making things. You're creating things. Here's your cauldron. Yeah. Wow. What's that reading I did? I think it was the solar eclipse reading. I'll link that below. You might want to watch that because in that reading I talked about having all the ingredients you need and kind of combining them in a cauldron here. And this is exactly what I'm seeing. Look at all the ingredients behind her, stirring them up in the cauldron. She's like, I don't need to chase anything else. I don't need to go after what's in your cup. I don't need your ingredient. I don't need what you have. In fact, what you have might not actually be good for me at this time. So I'm going to make the decision here not to combine forces. So I feel like you have something to teach, something to say, something to share with the world. This could be through creativity or maybe, I don't know, some kind of expression here that you're doing. It could even be you with yourself generates energy outwards, okay, without you even realizing it. You know, even if you're alone in your house doing things, that positive affect and energy you're generating is actually rippling out into the world in a beautiful way, okay? Yeah, go on that ride. Why not? Go on that ride. So you have something to share. You have something to share. You don't need to go to anybody else to gain. Even this reading feels like I'm just telling you kind of what you already know, and you're actually sharing with me, which you always do, Pisces. I always feel that with you. It's like you give me warnings or you share things with me. You're my oracle. And I feel like, you know, you're not going elsewhere to find out answers in a way that like where you give away your power. No, you're not doing that. Maybe you did that in the past and you're forgiving yourself now. But I do see in the near future that you are creating your own new opportunity here. It's a spiritual, passionate, energetic opportunity. And it's going to open a door. See the keyhole? It's going to open a door into a whole new world. And I also think that at the same time that you're doing that, you're also making choices and decisions here to not give away your service. I'm getting not give away your service or your love where it's not needed or not valued. All right, Pisces, I'm going to go into the extended. We're going to look at how others are seeing you and outside influence, you know, what's coming into your space at this time, your fears, your hopes, how reasonable are they, and the outcome. But if this is where you go, I love you so much. Thank you so much for a beautiful reading, and I'll see you next time.